finance, a la shmup. What is automatic reinvestment? All right, you bought an index fund. The focus? Companies whose names begin with the letter G. Yeah, it's the G index or Gindex. So it's a whole lot of groupings of Google, a gaggle of GE, a glob of Gap, General Mills, General Motors, Goldman Sachs, through the Garmin, the GPS people. That's your index fund, all Gs. While your strategy in index picking may leave room for improvement, one element you want to take advantage of is the provision for automatic reinvestment. That is, for no incremental commission or fee, instead of receiving your dividend as cash and spending it on silly things like rent and gas and food, you reinvest your dividends and simply buy more shares of the G for Good index fund. The effect over time is that your fund compounds at a much higher rate than it would have had you just taken those cash distributions and run. Well, how much faster does it compound? Well, if it was to grow at 6% a year without the dividends reinvested, and the dividends were about 3% a year, then your total return would have been 9% using, advanced calculus there. And remember that rule of 72 thing? Well, it takes an investment compounding at 6%, that's 72 divided by 6, which means that the investment there will take about 12 years to double. But in this case, with dividends reinvested, and we're going to ignore taxes here, it's growing at 9% a year. So it takes only 72 divided by 9, what does that equal? Third grade arithmetic. All right, there we go. 8 years to double with the automatic reinvestment feature kicking in. And 8 is better than 12 when it comes to doubling your money, in years that is. And over time, this is a really big deal. Like if you started with 10 grand in savings and just left it invested for 25 years, well, here's what it'd look like. Note that you end up with almost double your money when you automatically reinvest the money rather than take it out as cash. And also note, our thing on taxes here. If you have your investment in a taxable account as opposed to an IRA or a 401k, which is tax deferred, that's how everything kind of plays out. So if the fund throws off lots of dividends, which you reinvest, not only will you not be taking the cash from those dividends, but you'll have to pony up cash from some other source to pay the tax as you go if you hold your index fund, in a taxable account. Anyway, if you don't need the cash and have the discipline to just reinvest and, forget about it, you'll be a whole lot richer in the end game, and that'll happen right about the time you're too old to really enjoy it, unfortunately. Youth is wasted on the young. You'll be too senile to regret it, though, so that's upside, right?